of you all. Very good morning. Very good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's class, today's theory class. I hope all of you all are keeping fine, doing good, wherever you guys all are. So all of you all, in terms of our theory, we have started chapter 2 and we are coming to an end in terms of chapter 2 software. However, before we end it up, I want to ask you all a few questions to make sure that you all remember what we have been learning. So software basically means the programs that run on your computer, isn't it? When we say software, we're talking about programs that run on a computer. What were programs? Programs were a collection of instructions. Excellent. Okay, a program is a collection of instructions, and these instructions are going to be what's going to be done to them? Okay, these instructions are data. What's going to be done to them? They are going to be processed into information. These instruction files, these data files are going to be processed by your your processor. Your processor is going to process them, going to convert them into a meaningful format. Everybody okay with this? Right. When we spoke about computer software, we broke it down into two main categories. What were the two main categories? You had your system, you had your application. Your system was managing your entire
operating.
No. Your system software was managing your entire computer, right? Your entire computer was managed using system software. Then application software, what was it doing? Helps the user in performing. If you want to type a letter, you go with word processing. If you want to do calculations, you go with spreadsheet. If you want to do a presentation, you go with presentation software. If you want to edit a photograph, you go with photo editing. Boys, can I say two there, please? Somebody move. So what was the purpose of application? Not a program, helps the user in carrying out specific tasks, isn't it? Application software has so many categories. Each category, boys, each category helps the user in performing specific tasks. Are we okay with this? Now, guys, under system software, boys, girls, under system software, what were the categories we had? Oh, this projector is... Under system software, guys, what were the categories we had?
Software.
Sorry? You had utilities, you had operating system, language translators, device drivers. And then under application, we had so many categories, right? We went through all those categories. We went through one by one. Okay. Right, everybody, let's continue from where we stopped, okay? So we completed all these. We went through compression, formatting, operating system. We went through application software, different categories. Okay, where I'm going to continue from is control applications also we did, communication we did, project management we did. I told you I'll take down that note. Software licensing, hurry up. Software licensing, we spoke about three categories, free, open source and proprietary. Okay. We spoke about free, open source and proprietary. Right, can everyone, we did these also. So we didn't, what did I tell you all about free software? You may have to, you can come in. You may have to pay for it, right? You may have to pay for it. But once you have paid for it, what can you do with it? Everybody, we're on page number 48. You have complete freedom, right? Everybody, you're looking at me. Why don't you look at me? Everyone over here. In free software, guys, once you pay for it, you have complete freedom to do whatever you want. Everybody okay with this? Then we had open source. Open source was providing you with one more thing, which was
Source code.
Source code. What does the source code do? Exactly. So what's the big deal about it? Exactly. You can modify the software per your requirements. Everybody okay with this? You can modify the software as per your requirements. Can you guys have a look at open source? Can you see, Atif, all of you look here? Makes the source code available to users. So users can now modify it based on their requirements. Once you modify it, can you resell it? Can you copy? Can you distribute? Yes. Are you allowed to do that? Yes, you're allowed to do that. Okay. Then guys, can you all see the last one, which was proprietary? What was the thing about proprietary? You can't modify it. You can't change it. Can I say it's very strict? The terms and conditions are very strict. Now, for example, your Microsoft Office package, they are very strict about it. Only Microsoft has a right to decide who can distribute it. Okay, you can't modify it. Source code is not made available to you. Is it clear? So proprietary is a very strict software license. Okay, there are a lot of terms and conditions. Sometimes in proprietary software, what do they tell you? It's valid only for 1 year. Boys, all of y'all, sometimes in proprietary software, they would tell you that this software is valid only for 1 year. After 1 year, you have to purchase it again. Is it clear? So proprietary is the strictest software. Software what? What are we talking about? Software? I didn't get you. License, exactly. Proprietary is the strictest software license. Are we okay with this? Right. So everybody, I'm going to move down over here. We did these questions as well. Okay. Can we come down to software updates now, everybody? Okay, boys, come in soon. Okay, we're going to move down to software updates now. Okay. Can everyone come down to page number 49? Hurry up, guys, girls. Page 49. Okay. So guys, when we talk about software updates, you can think about your own smartphone's apps. The apps on your smartphone, don't you have to regularly update them? Let me ask you all a question like this. Normally, when do your apps update? No. Have you ever put a rule like that? Once in 3 months only update? No. Yeah, obviously. But when does it update? Some of you all have put, no, some of us, all of us have put a rule on our phones. When to update we have chosen? No. When I connect to? When I connect to Wi-Fi. The default rule is when I connect to Wi-Fi, start updates. Is it clear? But some of us might have disabled that and said even on mobile data, when the update is available, update it. Is it clear, guys? So guys, update means what? Some new piece of code needs to be downloaded to your app. Did you all hear what I just told you all? An update means what? Some new code needs to be downloaded into your app. Everybody okay with this? Are we all okay? A new piece of code needs to be downloaded. Okay. Can you guys come down and start reading the reasons why you need to do an update? Can you guys see? Fixing security vulnerabilities. Boys over here. Vulnerabilities means what? There are security issues. So guys, on top of vulnerabilities, girls, boys, can you all put the word issues? Vulnerabilities looks like a big word, no? Security issues. Okay, boys, can we get down that word? When it comes to fixing security issues. Aren't you taking it down? Then guys, what are bugs? Bugs means errors in your code. Can you all put that also on the top? Everybody, can you all note that? Above security, above vulnerabilities, put issues. Next to bugs, can you all put errors in your code or errors in the code? Okay, boys behind, why aren't you all writing? Do you note it down? The meaning of bugs is what? Errors in your code. Okay. So sometimes you need to do an update to fix these issues. There is a security problem or there is an error in your code. So the software company or the app provider will give you new code to fix these problems. Are we okay with this? Can you guys read the next issue? Increasing compatibility with new operating system. Sometimes, guys, when you update your operating system, you have to update your apps also so that they can work together. Everybody okay with this? When you update your operating system, it might be Android, it might be iOS, it might be Windows. When you update your operating system, you must also update your app. What's the word? To increase what? If you want the operating system and app to work smoothly with each other, what do we call it? Compatibility. To improve compatibility. Are we good, guys? Reason number 2. Reason number 3, please. Get it? Improving performance and efficiency. Sometimes your app, girls, sometimes the app, what happens? It suddenly says not responding. The app is very slow. Is it clear? Sometimes it doesn't perform a function. When you say upload profile picture, app just switches off. You get it? So the developers, they will work on solving this problem. Once they solve this problem, what do? They release what? They release an update. They release an update. So you have to update your app in order to get this update. Everybody okay with this? Keep reading it, guys. Introduce new features. When there is a new feature, you have to update first to get that new feature. Okay. When WhatsApp puts out a new feature, you have to first update. Then you get that new feature. Sounds good? Keep reading, guys. Last one. Improve usability. Usability means what? Make it more user-friendly. Okay. To make the app more user-friendly, you have to sometimes update it. Are we good, everybody? Everyone okay with this? Now, guys, look here. Sometimes, guys, your operating system does a big update. Sometimes, for example, your phone says there is a 2 GB update. Everyone look here below. Sometimes your phone tells you there is a 2 GB update. And a 2 GB update might take 45 minutes to 1 hour in order for it to update. Agree? But once the update is done, you see absolutely no difference in the appearance of your user interface. Why do you think that is the case? BIOS one updated. What code? What did they try to fix? Bug fixers. Sorry? Source code meaning they try to fix the bug, right? Sometimes there are bugs in your code, errors in your code. When they fix those errors, you won't notice a difference in the appearance. Is it clear? Sometimes security issues are fixed, so you don't notice a difference in appearance. However, when they improve usability, when they introduce new features, then you will notice a difference. You will notice a new button, you will notice colors have changed. Everybody okay with this? But normally when they fix security issues, when they increase compatibility, when they improve performance, you will, what do you call, visually not see any difference. Are we okay with this, everybody? Because sometimes you wonder, I did, what do you call, a 2 GB update I did, and there's absolutely no difference. Reason being, it has improved your security, or it has fixed a bug, or it has improved performance. Are we all okay with this? So guys, are we okay with reasons to do security updates? I'm going to give you all 30 seconds. Can you all have 3 reasons in mind? We have some past paper questions coming up. 3 reasons why you need to do a software update. Okay. So next to software updates, guys, can you all just put in brackets new code to be downloaded? Next to software updates, just put a small note, new code to be downloaded. And this new code, you can see the reasons why you need it. Everybody okay with this? New code to be downloaded. That's what an update is now. There's some new code for you to download. Okay, next to software updates, please note down new code to be downloaded. Okay. You were there last week, right? Right, we are moving down, everybody. Guys, girls. It became completely different means you mean what you see. Then it's most probably improving the user interface, or we say usability, introducing new features. Okay, if you see something new, then it's improving your user interface, introducing new features. Okay. Right, I'm going to move down now. Everybody, I'm moving down now. So, for example, previously, guys, in Android, not in iOS, in Android, when you open WhatsApp, the what do you call it? Status, no? Status or stories? Status, chats, what else? Calls, no? Calls, settings were all at the top or bottom. In Android, it was at the top. In Android, all these features were at the top. Status, messages, calls were all at the top. Recently, they brought it down to the bottom, isn't it? Then recently, WhatsApp introduced channels, right? Communities and channels. In order for you to get it, what did you have to do? You had to update it, right? You had to first update, then these communities and channels and all came into play. Okay, guys. Right. Let's keep moving down. Right. Now, all of y'all, our very last part. Everybody, can you all see the 2 words I'm talking about? General purpose and specific purpose. You all don't read it. First, look at me. Everyone, look here. We look. There is certain software which is developed for everybody to use. Whoever can afford it, they can take it. Is it clear? Think about Microsoft Office. Microsoft Office has been developed for all to use. Whoever can afford to purchase it can use it. So we call Microsoft Office a general purpose software. It's for everybody to use. Okay, think about Google Chrome. Is Google Chrome open for everyone to use? Whoever wants to use Google Chrome can use Google Chrome. So we call it general purpose. It's for everybody to use. We have another word for it. Can you guys highlight this word here? What have I said over here? Off the shelf. Off the shelf means what? You can purchase it whenever you want. Generally, guys, how do we purchase softwares in today's world? Online meaning you download it. So like he said, you purchase it online and then you download it, right? Previously, guys, we would go and buy a CD. We would put that CD in our computer and then we would install the software. Are we okay with this, sir? So gaming also you generally download, but if it's a gaming console, you buy the, what do we call that? Disk, you buy the disk. Everybody okay with this? Sounds good? So off the shelf was referring to earlier, you would go to a store and it's available on the shelf. But in today's world, we don't do that. In today's world, we simply download it on the internet. Then guys, we have something called specific purpose. Think about this. Arpico. Arpico has a billing system now. This billing system was developed only for Arpico. Did you hear what I just told you all? Think about Arpico's billing system. It was developed only for Arpico. Keel's billing system was developed only for Keel's. You get it? HNB Bank we have now, Hatton National Bank. Their banking software was developed only for them. They don't sell it to anybody else. So what do we call that software? We call it specific purpose. This software has been built for a specific company, for a specific individual. Yeah? No, you can't. But they are buying it. Buying it means they'll go to software developers and say, we want a POS system. The developers will develop it only for that company's requirements. You get it? By legally, he's not allowed to do that. He might do it, but legally, what do you call? You know what legally means, right? By the rules and regulations, he shouldn't do that. But he might do it. Instead of developing from scratch again, he might use Arpico's same system. But legally speaking, he's not allowed to do it. Okay, because he's sharing Arpico's secrets with somebody else, right? You get it? Now, one more second. Guys, think about this. What is example I was going to give you? I forgot. Anyway, what were you going to say? Software to somebody else. They should not, but sometimes it might happen. The developers, instead of developing a new software, they might use the same software for somebody else. It could become a problem later on. So when the business owner, what you call the client, let's say Arpico discovers later on that another supermarket is using their same billing system, then they can take action. Okay, but normally you are not allowed to do that. Everybody, can you highlight this word over here? Everyone, another word for specific purpose is what? Bespoke. Bespoke means what? You tell the developer your requirements. Now guys, when it comes to general purpose, do we tell Microsoft what do we want? We never tell them, right? Whatever they give us, we take it. Sometimes they give us more, not sometimes, they always give us more features than we need. But what to do? But in bespoke, you are the owner. So you tell the developer exactly what you need. These are the features I need in my software. And they will develop it exactly as you want. Are we good, guys? Is the difference clear between general purpose and bespoke? One second. Okay, so general purpose software that is made available for everyone. General purpose is software made available for everyone. Bespoke is software made for a specific company or an individual. Are we good, guys? Okay, right. Can you guys start reading that now? Start reading that area, please. General purpose versus specific purpose. Arpico can sue them for sure. It has happened. It has happened previously. Because Pansakana, think of you as a developer. You have already developed a POS system or a billing system. Another supermarket is approaching you. So instead of you starting from scratch, you might as well continue from what you did with Arpico, right? Okay, so as long as Arpico doesn't discover and make a fuss, it's not a problem for you. But sometimes, Achinta boys, everyone listen here. Sometimes you know what companies do? Let's say he's the developer. So if he's developing my billing system, I have an agreement with him saying what? You cannot develop software for any other supermarket. My agreement with you is I'll pay you a monthly fee and all that, but you cannot develop software for any other supermarket. So once he works, he's now fully committed to me. He cannot work with any other supermarket. So he will be asking a high monthly fee or something, yearly fee, annual fee, something he'll ask like that. So that, either it's a loss for him. Okay, so sometimes companies will have that because if I allow him to work with other supermarkets, then my software secrets and all are going to be shared with other supermarkets. So sometimes I'll have an agreement with him saying you can't work with other supermarkets. You have to only work with mine. Generally, banks will have that because the way banks operate, they all operate uniquely now. They don't want other banks to know how they operate. So then with the developing team, they'll have an agreement. You cannot work in any other bank or you cannot work at the same time with any other bank. Okay. Right. Everybody, did you go through this? He can do, the developer has the ability to do that. But generally, you will have an agreement with him saying he cannot share the code. He cannot tell anyone about it. He cannot. Yeah. Yeah. You mean the developer makes changes on his own? Yeah. They can do that, but it's not legally allowed. Okay. Action can be taken against them. They can be taken to court. You can file a case against them. You can sue them. Okay. Right. Everybody, can we move over here? Did you all go through it? I'm going to wait for a minute. Everybody, I'm going to wait for a minute. Coming soon. Hurry up, boys. Okay, we're going to answer some past paper questions now. Not there, 3 people, no, 2 people only. I mean, 2 students only. Okay, everybody, general purpose versus specific purpose. I'm moving down now. Are you all reading it? Those who joined us just now, page number 50. Okay, general versus specific purpose. Girls, did you all read it there? Read it, please. Okay, you also don't have first class, no? Okay. Yeah, I know. In the break, we're going it now. It's too late. Okay. Right. We're going to move down to the 2020 past paper question. Right. So everybody, can we start answering this? Can somebody assist me here? So here it says, describe how Sachini can update the game software. What shall I say for this? Sorry, I'll call you 1 minute. How can she update it? Okay. So before downloading, you need to connect to what? Connect to internet, shall we say? Okay. And then she should download the update and install it. You first connect to the internet, download it, install it. Okay. So we can start off with, firstly, Sachini should connect to the internet in order to download the software update. Okay. First, she has to connect to the internet to download the software update. Okay. After downloading it, she has to install it. Everybody, okay? Page 50. What's wrong? Okay. Firstly, Sachini should connect to the internet in order to download the update. After downloading it, she has to install it. Everyone okay with this? So then, guys, give me more than 2 reasons why Sachini should update her gaming software. To access or to what do you call, download new features, to improve usability, exact to fix security vulnerabilities. So it says security issues, to fix security issues, to fix existing bugs. Everyone, what are bugs? Errors in the code. In the coding of your software, there are some errors. And then finally, to improve with, exactly, or you can say with new hardware devices. To improve compatibility with OS. Everyone okay with this? Okay. We move on to chapter 3 thereafter. Hurry up, boys. Okay, we're going to move on to chapter 3 now, okay? So we have seen digital devices, peripheral devices, then we saw software. Now we move on to storage, memory. Where is data stored in your computer? Okay, are you coming in front? Come. Okay, right. Everybody, can we move down to chapter 3? Everyone, can we come down to chapter 3, memory and processors? Okay, now in this chapter, you have a few calculations and things like that to do over here. Get ready. Okay, right. Everybody, can we come down over here? Can you sit over there? Okay. Again, guys, I want to go through the IPO cycle. Can you guys tell me what the IPO cycle was? Input, process, output. No, you give instructions to your computer. Your computer will process these instructions and then give you an output. While process is happening, while your computer is processing, who does it talk to? No. Storage. Everyone, if you look at the first page of your writing book or textbook, you will see it. When your processor is working, it talks to your storage. Everybody okay with this? So we are gonna spend some time talking about the storage now. Okay? Right. Can everyone come down to page number, what's the number here? 53, correct? 52. Okay, because I added a note here. Page 52. Now guys, look at computer memory. Computer memory basically means storage. Can you all put that word also next to it? Storage. Next to computer memory, can you all just put a line and say storage? Okay, so we can just draw a line over here and say storage. Okay. Now guys, can you all see computer memory? Can you all see computer memory has two main categories? Primary, secondary. Okay, another diagram coming up for you all. Under computer memory, boys, behind, you have your primary and you have your secondary. Now guys, next to primary, can you all put another word over there? Essential. It's essential. You have to have it. Otherwise, the computer is simply not going to work. So next to primary memory, can you put the word essential? It's essential, compulsory. You need it. Without primary memory, no way your computer is going to work. Under primary memory, what do you all see? RAM and ROM. Just remember those two words. I'll tell you all what it stands for. Next to secondary memory, what's a suitable word? Very nice. Optional. Next to secondary memory, can you put that word optional? It's up to you. You can choose whether it's there or not there. Computer will still operate. But if you want more storage, you go with the bigger secondary memory. Okay? Can you guys put optional, girls, over there? All of y'all? Next to secondary, put the word optional. You can choose here. But primary, you can't choose. You need both of them. Okay? Right. Now, guys, I'm going to tell you all certain things. It might not make sense right now. Give me some time. For now, just by heart what I just told you all. Give me about 10-15 minutes later. It'll make sense to you all. Can you guys see here? The main memory or primary memory, both mean the same thing, okay? Whatever I said here can be accessed. Yeah, can you guys read that? Can you all also highlight it? So a characteristic of primary memory is what? You can access data in it a lot faster than Zahir. In primary memory, data can be accessed a lot faster than secondary memory. Everyone okay with this? Who was inside primary memory? RAM and ROM. So RAM and ROM have really high data access speed. Are we okay with this? Can we remember that? Why? I'm going to explain now. Okay. Now, guys, let me ask you all something. Let me ask you all something. Here at Platinum, let's not take Platinum. Let's take a building example, will you? Guys, we have a 2-story building and we have a 20-story building. Okay? You know what story means, no? Floors. You have a 2-floor building, a 20-floor building. And if I were to tell you to go and find a person inside these two buildings, which building would take a shorter time for you to find the person? Everyone agrees with that. Why 2-story? Less floors, right? You have to only go through 2 floors. He has to be in one of those floors, isn't it? But the other building, 20 floors. You have to go through 20 floors in order to find him. Isn't it? Pretty obvious, right? Similarly, read this point now. Read this point. Since primary memory has a smaller capacity, what's the big deal? Finding files inside it takes a shorter time. Everybody okay with this? Now do you all know the reason why primary memory is faster than secondary memory? What's the reason? Exactly, because it has a small, I mean, that's not the only answer, but this is one of the main answers. There are other reasons also, but one of the main reasons is primary memory has such a small capacity compared to your secondary memory here. Okay, we'll see this in real life now. Okay, so main memory or your primary memory has two parts. RAM stands for random access memory. ROM stands for read-only memory. Right. Now, guys, in order to explain RAM, I'm going to give you guys an example. We call it a analogy. You know what analogy is? Yes. Okay, you use an example to explain a point. A weird example, but just follow with me, okay? Right. Now, all of y'all, I'll try my best to draw it. I don't have my tab with me today. Now, everyone look here. In your house, when you have guests, your guests are normally seated where? In your seat, in your living room, right? Or in the hall, isn't it? Sorry, where do you keep your guests? You were saying something, so I thought maybe you keep the guests somewhere else. Okay, right. Everyone, look here. So I'll draw. This is where we have our guests. So you have your living room, or we say hall here. You have your hall. Guests are here. Agree with me now? Your guests are over here. Now let's make this look like a proper box so I can follow with you all. Everyone with me, look at my screen below. Your guests are here. Okay. Now normally when guests do come to your house, you serve them something, right? Isn't it? Normally, what do you place the food on when you serve it to them? You use a plate or we say tray. Tray sounds more appropriate, right? Okay, you put your food onto the tray and then you go and serve them. Agree with me? So I'm going to draw one more box over here and I'm going to call it my tray. So you have a tray over here. Boys, girls, agree? Okay, so you have your tray over here. Let's make the tray really small and let's make the hall really big. Okay. Oh, you can't. So your guests are over here. Now, guys, boys, everyone look here below. The food that you put on your tray, where do you get it from? The kitchen. Very nice. All the food that you need to serve your guests are where? In your kitchen. So you go to the kitchen, you choose the items that you're going to give them, you put it on the tray, and you come and serve it to your guests. Agree? So I'm going to draw one more box over here. So generally, guys, kitchen is bigger or hall is bigger? Bad question. Okay. We'll assume the kitchen is always bigger. Unfortunately, here in Sri Lanka, the kitchen is smaller than the hall. I shouldn't have asked you all that. But we'll assume over here, the kitchen is always bigger than the hall. Okay, otherwise difficult to explain my point to you all. Okay, boys, what's so funny? Okay, right. So everybody, you have your kitchen here. This is where all the food is. I have to also draw you. Okay, so we also need a person to carry the tray, isn't it? Okay, or we'll ignore the person. Okay, right. Now everybody, I'll ask you all one more thing. If you had a really small tray, if the tray was really small, do you agree you have to do multiple trips? Okay, so do you agree the speed that you will be serving your guests is going to be a bit slow? Agree? But if you had a large tray, wouldn't you be able to put everything at once on the tray and come and serve the guests at once? You wouldn't have to make multiple trips. Agree? Everyone agree with this? Okay, right. Now, guys, I want you to remember this example, okay, of how you have your guests in the hall, you have a tray, you get all your food from the kitchen and you put it on the tray and you serve your guests. If you have a small tray, multiple trips you need to do. If you have a big tray, in one go, you can get everything. Are we okay with this? Right. Now, guys, look here. Look here. In my laptop, I have something called an SSD. What does SSD stand for? Solid state drive. Can all of you look at this diagram and tell me where does SSD belong? Secondary memory. Everyone looking here? SSD belongs to secondary memory. Now, guys, I'm going to ask you all one more thing. So let me go into my computer, this PC operating system, Windows. This is my Windows operating system files. They make no sense to me. Why? What would you call them? These are my data files. The data files are stored where right now? On my SSD. SSD is primary or secondary? Secondary. Now guys, when I switch on my laptop, these data files have to go to whom? No. Hypocycle. Think about hypocycle. Data files, instruction files have to go to my processor. Is it clear? But guys, my data files are on my secondary memory. My secondary memory is 500 GB in size. Is it clear? My processor does not have time to come inside my hard disk and find what? The operating system files. Did you guys hear what I just told you all? My processor is a very busy device. It does not have time to, what do you call, go through my SSD looking for operating system data files. Did you hear what I just told you all? Just like everybody, just like, where is it? Your guests are busy people. They are coming to your place for a few minutes only. Do you send them to the kitchen to find the food? You don't do that. They don't have time for that. Isn't it? So normally your guests, you keep them there. You go to the kitchen and get what you need to give them. Isn't it? So similarly, guys, what did I tell you all? The processor in my laptop does not have time to go into the SSD and search for operating system data files. So instead, my RAM, random access memory, what did I tell you all? My RAM will act as the tray. So what does my RAM do? My RAM is only 8 GB. What did I tell you at the beginning? Why is primary memory so much faster? Because of less storage. My RAM is only 8 GB. My SSD was 500, actually 512. Saw the difference? Is it clear? So when I switch on my laptop, what happens? My RAM will take the Windows files into the RAM. Is it clear? And then from the RAM, it will be given to the processor. Are we okay with this? Let's start again. When you switch on your laptop, operating system files need to be loaded now. Where are they? The operating system files, where are they stored right now? SSD. They are stored in your SSD, or you can say hard disk. Okay? Processor and hard disk don't directly talk to each other. It's like you don't send your guests to the kitchen. Is it clear? So in the middle, who gets involved? The RAM, random access memory. So what does RAM do? It starts loading the data files and it gives it to your processor to process. Now do you all understand the function of your RAM? Everybody okay with this? So your RAM, guys, look at this diagram. Your RAM is just like your tray. Goes into the kitchen, takes the food. The RAM goes into the hard disk, takes the required data files, and then gives it to the processor for processing. Everybody okay with this? Now we'll talk about one more example. You tell Photoshop to open up. You go and double click on Photoshop. Okay, tell me the journey now. Where is Photoshop stored? On your SSD. So what happens? The data files are loaded onto your RAM, onto your tray, and then from your RAM, it's given to your processor for processing. Agreed? So can I say this? Function number one of the RAM is what? To load, fill in the, go. Data files from secondary storage and give it to processor for processing. Shall we repeat that again? Function number one of your RAM is what? Load data or instructions from everyone from secondary storage and give it to processor for processing. Everyone okay with this? Now, if you have a really small RAM, what's going to happen? It will have to do many trips. So the program will open quickly or it will take a really long time. If your RAM is small, it's going to take a really long time for a program to open because multiple trips need to be done. Is it clear? But if you have a large RAM capacity, within seconds, program will open up. Everybody okay with this? That is why, guys, certain games and all, when you're going to purchase it, what do they say? Minimum specs. Have you all heard that? Why do they say minimum specs? Because it's a heavy program. So you need to have minimum 8 GB RAM, minimum 16 GB RAM, minimum 32 GB RAM. Otherwise, this program will take a very long time to open. Are we okay with this? Now, guys, think about this. Are you only opening one program at a time or do you have many programs being opened at the same time? Sometimes you have multiple programs, right? We open multiple things at the same time. So then you need a really large RAM capacity here. Are we okay with this? Function number one of RAM is okay? Right. Why don't you all read it now? Everyone, can you all read RAM? So first look at a picture of RAM. Can you all see? A RAM is a chip. On a laptop, it's much smaller. On a mobile phone, it's even smaller. Okay? Right. Can you guys read this? Data files of a software are loaded into the RAM from the computer's secondary storage. Then the processor will take these instructions from the RAM and execute them. Execute them means? Okay, so process means what? Very good. Converting data into information. Are we all okay with this? Sounds good? Okay. Can you all see the diagram here? Does this diagram match with what I told you all? Okay. Your files are in your secondary storage. Your instructions are in your storage. They are given to your RAM, which we call memory. And then from your RAM, one by one is given to your processor. Are we good? Right. I want to ask you all something else. Can you use your tray to hold multiple foods to serve your guests? You can, right? On your tray, it's not only one food, no. On your tray, you have multiple foods, isn't it? You have a variety of food on that tray to serve your guests. And while your guests are eating, you're going to give them a second serve, right? You're going to give them a third serve, right? Where is the food kept? It's kept on the tray, right? So the food that the guest is going to eat is kept on the tray, isn't it? Your second serve, your third serve, you keep it on the tray, isn't it? Your RAM does the same thing. Programs that are running in the background. Everyone, Alt tab, look here. Can you all see these programs running? I have Word open. I have PowerPoint open. I have Explorer open. I have Zoom open. I have Chrome open. Who is holding all of them? The RAM is holding all of them. Is it clear? Function number 2 is what? Programs running in the background. Who is holding them? Your RAM is holding them. That's it. Your RAM has only 2 functions. Number 1 is load data from secondary storage, give it to processor. Function number 2, holding what? No. No, that's a processor. Converts data and information is processor. Function number 1 is loads data from secondary storage, gives it to processor. Function number 2 is holding programs running in the background. Shall I prove it to you all? You all saw these programs now? Watch this. Control Shift Escape. Watch this. Guys, can you all see here? It says memory. Right now, my memory is who? Or memory is what? RAM. It's saying my RAM is right now 87% full. 87% full of what? Google Chrome is taking 260 MB. PowerPoint is taking 39 MB. Magnify is taking 450 MB. Microsoft Word is taking 72 MB. Is it clear? So right now my RAM became 87% full because of these programs. Everybody okay with this? So I'm going to ask you all one more thing. I'm going to close PowerPoint. What should happen? It should be less full, meaning PowerPoint should be removed from the RAM, no? Agree? Everyone, I'm going to close PowerPoint now. So then what should happen? It should be taken out of the RAM. Quick question, who does this? Putting it into the RAM, taking it out of the RAM. Think about chapter 2. I told you all something. Memory management is done by whom? Utilities. No. Operating system. Managing your RAM. Guys, look here. Right now, my operating system is telling me, right, how much your RAM is utilized. Isn't it? Now, guys, when I close PowerPoint, my operating system will take it out of the RAM. Is it clear? Shall I show it to you all? Watch this, huh? So I'm closing it now. Look, PowerPoint is here. As soon as I close it, do you want to save it? I don't want to save it. So it disappeared from here. Operating system took it up to. Are we good? So the RAM has only 2 functions. Function number 1, load data from secondary storage, give it to the processor. Function number 2, hold programs that are running in the background. Everybody okay with this? Now guys, what do you think when your RAM gets full? Is it possible for RAM to get full? You have opened up more programs than your RAM can hold. Possible? Very much possible. What's going to happen? Computer will either crash or computer will become very, very slow. Okay, you guys would notice when you start doing your practicals and all, your computer gets very slow the more programs you open. Isn't it? Everybody okay with this? So think about smartphones. In smartphones, can you have multiple programs open at the same time? You can, right? And sometimes what do? You close all of them, right? Then what do they say at the bottom? Cleared memory. Exactly. When you close all of them, it says what? 682 MB free or whatever. Isn't it? It says cleared 622 MB, which means these programs are taking so much of space. Now they have been removed. Are we okay with this? Guys, girls? Okay? Right. Can you guys read this? Everyone read this below. Don't read this. Can you guys read this? Impact of size. I want you all to read only the first two paragraphs. Don't look at the third paragraph. Under impact of size of RAM on the user, I want you all to only read the first paragraph and second paragraph. Okay? Right. Everyone move down over there. Come on, Abdul, behind page number. What's the number? 53. Okay. Read only the first two paragraphs. Don't look at the third one. It will confuse you all. Right. Now, guys, can we go up again? RAM is volatile, meaning that, sorry, it's volatile in nature, meaning it cannot store data when it has no power. Now, guys, look here below. Everyone, look here. I have all these programs. Where is it right now? All these programs, who is holding it? My RAM, no. Say, for example, my laptop battery was to die. Laptop was to switch off. When I switch on my laptop, does it load with all these programs open or with all these programs closed? Exactly, because your RAM is volatile. When there is no power, it loses all its data. Everybody okay with this? When you switch off your laptop, there is no power. So whatever data is in your RAM is lost. Is it clear? So when you switch on your laptop, it will start up without these programs opened. Okay. Do you all know the meaning of volatile now? Volatile means it cannot hold data when there is no power. Okay. Now, guys, when you put your computer to sleep, say, for example, I put my computer to sleep right now. When I switch it on, will these programs still be open? Yes. So when you put your computer to sleep, who is still working? There you are. You all understood that now? When you put your computer to sleep, RAM is still working. When you shut down your computer, everything goes off. So even the RAM goes off. Are we good? Okay, awesome. So guys, what do they say here? If you have a large RAM capacity, you can have more what? More programs or more softwares running in the background. Now guys, sometimes you all might even notice this problem. When you have a small RAM capacity, HD movies even you can't play because that movie is consuming so much of memory space. So even a movie will not run, it will not work smoothly here because the RAM doesn't have space to hold it. You get it, guys? So sometimes when you want to watch what you call 4K movies or HD movies, sometimes your RAM is too small to play the movie here. Everybody okay with this? Sounds good? Okay? Because think about this. Look at my laptop right now, guys. Look at the problem here. My RAM is already 85% full. If I go and open up an HD movie, which is 4 GB, do I have space? I don't have space. So then what will happen is the movie will get stuck here and there. You get it? Okay? So everyone, I want you to look at this also. Where is it? Let me show you all in detail. In detail, where is it? My RAM. Out of 7.4 GB, 6.3 is already utilized. Okay? That's a very, I mean, if I were to open a HD movie, right? Not HD movie. HD movie is about 1.8 GB, no, not a problem. But if I open up a 4K movie, which is 5 GB, 6 GB, 10 GB, I will definitely have problems. The laptop will get really slow. Okay, the movie will get stuck. Are we all okay with this? Now, do you all understand this? Why you need a large RAM capacity? So guys, when you all buy laptops, I tell minimum 8 GB. Below 8 GB in today's world is very difficult to survive. So minimum 8 GB. If you can get 16, that's the best. Okay, right. Now, guys, so did you all read this? This means that if you turn off your computer's power, any data in the RAM will be lost. Now, here is my question to you all. What if your RAM is full and on top of that you go and open up another program? 100% full, and on top of that you're opening up another program. It will crash, but it doesn't crash anymore now. Use 4 GB, it's okay. So Achinta, you're on the verge, like, you're just there. But you will have issues when it's only 4 GB. Okay? It'll open. It'll open. Computer will be very slow. Now, guys, you guys, everyone look here. Everyone look here. Guys, girls, look here. What did I tell you all? Processor talks only to? Your processor is a very busy device. At the end of this chapter, I'll show you how busy your processor is. It's really busy, crazy busy. Okay. Your processor talks only to RAM, isn't it? Because it's so busy, it can't be bothered going into secondary storage and searching for files. Is it clear? So your processor only talks to RAM. Boys, are you with me? Your processor only talks to RAM. But what if your RAM is full? Then your operating system has to deal with the situation, right? So think about this. In your house, the tray is full. You have to give the guests, you want to serve the guests even more things. Say, for example, you're having a dinner. When you have a dinner in your house, you can't be serving them using a tray, right? There is way too much of food to be putting on a tray. So then what happens sometimes? Table, but I can't use that example here. So then what happens? You might sometimes tell the guest, you know what? Come to the kitchen and serve. Isn't it? Sometimes, for example, you have more food than the tray can hold. So then what would you do? You would tell the guests, you know what? You guys need to come to the kitchen and serve yourselves. What? Sorry? What if someone has, leave all those, okay? Let's assume proper guests are coming to the house, okay? Everybody, now, what was I going to tell you all? Now, when the guests start coming into the kitchen, are we going to have a mess now? Yes. We are definitely going to have a mess, isn't it? Similarly, when your RAM is full and on top of this, the user is opening another program, your operating system will tell the secondary storage, will tell the hard disk, you know what? You also need to behave like the RAM. So then what happens? Your computer becomes very, very slow. Everybody okay with this? When your RAM is full, we have something called virtual memory. Virtual memory means what? Your operating system will instruct the hard disk or your SSD, basically your secondary storage, to now also act like a RAM. Which means processor has to talk to how many people now? The RAM and secondary storage. So what's going to happen to your computer processing speed? It's going to become very slow. Sometimes, guys, have you all seen this problem? Now imagine this, guys. My SSD is 500 GB in size. When my processor tries talking to my SSD, it has to go through 500 GB of space to find a file. That takes a really long time. Sometimes my processor gets fed up. Okay, then what happens on my screen? Have you guys seen your processor getting fed up? What does it do? Program is not responding. And what does it do? It forcefully closes everything. Have you all seen that happening? Sometimes computer gets stuck and everything gets closed. Why did he close everything? To free up your memory, to free up your RAM. Did you guys follow with what I just told you all? Sometimes, guys, as you keep opening programs, RAM is full. Now, virtual memory has been created. When virtual memory is created, who is also working? Your hard disk, your secondary memory is also working. Now your processor has to talk to two people. It has to talk to the RAM, it has to talk to the hard disk also. Sometimes the processor gets fed up. It's waiting for files are not coming. When the processor gets fed up, what does it do? It forcefully closes everything. So sometimes what happens? This program is not responding, and when you click on close, what happens? Everything gets closed. So your processor forcefully closes everything so that the RAM will become, when everything closes, RAM will become what? RAM will become free. Okay, have you all seen this happening? Now, when you guys work with Photoshop and Dreamweaver and all that, these are heavy programs. You all will have these problems. Suddenly, everything stops working. And then everything closes. And sometimes you have not saved your work. Bad luck. Everybody okay with this? Okay? Guys, have you all heard about the blue screen? It rarely happens now. Okay?
My computer is stuck in the blue screen.
Okay, sometimes, yeah, that means the processor couldn't receive data, it just crashes. Okay, so yeah, so guys, normally, Yami, like you're saying, normally I also encourage students, when you're not using a program, close it. Especially in your practical exams, guys, what do we do? Question number, we are in question 5, question 1 files are still open in the background. Okay, be careful, it might crash now. So as you finish your question, close your data files. Okay, we'll be practicing that. Can everyone read virtual memory now? Everybody, can you all read virtual memory? Boys, girls, read virtual memory. When the computer system does not have enough space in RAM, the operating system will tell the hard disk, you know what? You also now need to behave like RAM. What do we call this stage? Virtual memory stage. We call this stage virtual memory. Okay, Atif Falafel, what do we say over here? Accessing data from secondary storage is much slower very slow than accessing data from the RAM. So the user, you will notice a big decrease in system performance when the processor has to talk to hard disk. So guys, the moment you feel virtual memory has been created, what would you recommend me to do? Or what should I recommend you to do?
Close program.
Exactly, close programs that you're not using. Everybody okay with this? The moment you feel computer is slowing down, virtual memory has been created, start closing programs that you are not using. Okay? Windows freezes. That happens sometimes. So then what happens? You have to restart your laptop, empty your memory. Okay? Okay, you said something. Everyone, as more space in the RAM becomes available, active programs are moved into RAM from virtual memory. Okay. Next one. A user can add more RAM. So guys, I gave you all another characteristic. Your RAM can be extended. You can upgrade your RAM, but not for smartphones, okay? Not for MacBooks. Certain laptops and certain desktops, you can upgrade your RAM. But generally for smartphones and all that, it's sealed. You can't upgrade it. Okay? So I gave you all two characteristics of RAM. What are the two? It is volatile. You can also extend it or upgrade it. Okay? So adding more RAM is a good thing or a bad thing? It's a good thing, but it comes at a cost. Okay, you will have to pay for it. Okay? You can upgrade your RAM, but it comes at a cost. Okay. So yeah, I mean, if your laptop is a very slim device, then most probably it's a sealed one. You can't upgrade it. But if your laptop is a bit bulky, then chances are you can open it up and the RAM can be upgraded. Okay. Abdullah, Mac doesn't allow you to upgrade RAM. Okay. So if you want higher RAM, buy a new MacBook. That's how they work. Okay, no upgrading. Okay. Achinda, I'm not sure. You have to go and check. Okay. Generally, laptops can, but nowadays, the modern laptops, they're trying to make it very slim now. When they try to make it very slim, then they seal the whole unit where you cannot open it up and change the RAM. Okay. So you'll have to check it. Okay. Yeah. No, but even to find a RAM that fits into that slot is quite difficult. You get it? Yeah, but you have different shapes and sizes and all. So you need to find a RAM chip that fits into that size, that gap. So sometimes it's not possible to find a RAM that size. Okay. Mark a question over here. It says, explain one benefit of increasing the size of RAM in a laptop. Okay. You can say more applications can be opened in the background without the computer crashing or slowing down or lagging. Shall we note that down, guys? There are two answers here. We can first talk about the fact that with a larger RAM capacity or with a large RAM capacity, the user would be able to have many programs running in the background without the computer lagging. Now this is function one. Another function the RAM has is to open up programs, right? To load files, isn't it? Everyone, you can also write down this answer. Further, it would also be able to load many files from secondary storage in a short period of time. Everybody okay with this? When you have a large RAM capacity, you will also be able to load many files in a short period of time. Okay, you will not have to do multiple trips to get these files. Okay, they have asked only for one, but we'll write down two. So guys, when they say explain, you mention the point and then give some details about it, of how it works. I'm listening. It improves performance, true. Only that alone won't be enough. You to say, yeah, because it has a larger capacity to hold more files at the same time. That's an explanation. Yeah. Okay. Right. Those who are done, can you all read the marking scheme answers? Girls over there, all of y'all, can you all read the marking scheme answer also? It has mentioned certain things that we didn't mention. Okay. Okay. We are moving down, everyone. Jonas wants to buy a PC, a personal computer. He intends to use it to download music, to watch videos, to play computer games, to communicate with friends. All these tasks he plans to do. Jonas has been advised that in order to complete these tasks, he will need a PC with a fast processor and a large amount of RAM. Explain why Jonas has been advised to buy a computer with a large amount of RAM. Stop there for a second, guys. When you have multiple programs open in the background at the same time, we call it multitasking. Everyone okay with that word? When you have multiple programs open in the background at the same time, we call it multitasking. You're carrying out multiple tasks at the same time. Can I say this? When you have a large amount of RAM, you can heavily multitask. Can we say something like this? We can, right? When your RAM capacity is large, you can do many tasks at the same time. So, guys, girls, can we come down over here? Can we come down over here? So, explain why Jonas has been advised. Explain why Jonas has been advised to buy a computer with a large amount of RAM. Now, guys, can you all see the task he wants to do? Okay. So, can you all see the task that he wants to do? He wants to carry out multiple tasks at the same time, right? So we call this multitasking. With a small amount of RAM, can he easily multitask? It will be difficult, right? Can we start off with that answer? Everybody, can we start off with that answer? Can we note down over here? With a large RAM capacity, Jonas will be able to multitask without his computer slowing down. Okay. So for example, he will be able to, play computer games and communicate with friends at the same time. Okay. Answer is not complete yet. 4 marks they're giving you. Answer is right. Then we can also go on to say, guys, can you all see he wants to play computer games? Guys, in computer games, instructions need to be executed really fast, right? They have to be available immediately, isn't it? When you're playing a computer game, instructions need to be readily available so that the processor can execute it. If you have a small amount of RAM, will these instructions be available? They wouldn't, right? The RAM will have to do multiple trips to get those instructions. The game is going to lag. The game is going to get stuck, isn't it? So we can also mention over here, further for gaming with a large RAM capacity, the gaming instructions can be held in the RAM for whenever needed to be processed by the processor. Okay. Okay, those who are done, can you all have a look at what's wrong? For those who are done, can you all read the marking scheme answer and then open up chapter 2 past paper questions. Guys, those who don't have it, the printer here is out of what do you call? It's out of order today because they're doing renovations here. So I will not be able to give it to you all. Can you note in your writing book? I'll give you the question number, chapter 2 past paper questions. Okay. Everybody, we're going to move on to chapter 2 past paper questions. Come on, everyone. It's already 9 o'clock here. Okay. I'm moving away from. Okay, right. I'm closing this. Guys, girls, so where were we? We were over here. Let's open this up. Girls, we'll open it up. So over here, can you come down to question number? Yes, guys, girls, everyone. Page number 10. Everybody, page number 10. Question 23. Just note down question 23, okay? Page number 10, question 23. Kiki's smartphone, users and OS, uses an operating system. Which one of these describes an operating system? Answer C. It manages memory and resources. Guys, do you all agree with him? Answer is C over here. Manages memory and resources. I don't want 2, I want 4 functions of an operating system. Memory management, excellent. Sorry? Resource management. Okay, everybody. The resources in your computer, all hardware components and software. Security, providing security for your computer. Something else? Sorry? Boys. Memory management, resource management, security. Look at the notes even and tell me. Everyone look at the notes even and tell me. I gave you about 7 or 8. If there is a problem in your computer, who tells you about it? Operating system will tell you. What do we call that function? Error handling. Error handling. Then guys, your printer doesn't know the order to print documents in. Your operating system only will tell the printer what order to print in. What do we call that? Print spooling. We call that print spooling. Okay. The chat is disabled. No, it's you can talk to me, but not to the others. Okay. Right, we are moving down. Question 25. Okay. The smartphone user's application software. Describe the purpose of application software. So application software, does it have a few categories or many categories? It has many categories. You can say application software contains many categories such as go on. Word processing, give me two more. Presentation and video editing, okay? Such as, okay, each category allows the user to perform what, guys? Specific tasks. Each category allows the user in performing specific tasks. Are we good here? Okay. Allows the user, helps the user, assists the user. You choose your words. All good? Okay, we are moving on. Ready. Yeah. You have chapter 2 with you? Okay, right. We are moving down. I'm not doing 26. I'm not doing 27. I'm not doing 28. 29, 30, 31. Yes, sir. The type of software used to write a letter is? Answer is D. A company wants to calculate staff wages. Spreadsheet software. We know spreadsheet is the best when it comes to calculations. Spreadsheets and databases are types of applications software. Okay. The software needed to send an email is the question 32. Communication software. Very nice. Jason wants to produce a slideshow of the types of wild birds that are seen in his hometown. He has a laptop computer. Identify the type of software he should use to produce presentation software. Very nice, guys. None of y'all said PowerPoint. You cannot say it because it's a brand name. You're not allowed to say brand names. Very nice. So here you will say presentation or presentation software. Which one of the following is an example of applications software? Web authoring software. What do we use web authoring for? Constructing a web page. To construct a web page, we use web authoring. Question number 40, page number 16. Everybody, page 16, question 40. Question 40, please. Identify the type of software that would be used to switch, say, air conditioning system on and off. Sensor is a hardware now. Control device, I'm asking software.
Control software.
Control software is correct, or you can say control application. Okay, control application or control software. And by the way, guys, sensor is an input device. It's a hardware, it's not a software. Control application. So this application will automatically control in when the AC will switch on, when the AC will switch off. Is it clear? The settings of when it should switch on and switch off will be done on the control application. Customers use an internet service provider to access the internet. State the type of software customers need to view Julio's website. Web browsing. Sorry? Utility? No. To view a website. You want to view web pages. Web browser. You can say communication software. You can say web browser. Don't mention brand names. Are we good? Atif, all of you? What's wrong? The computer has a graphics card. Boys, identify one type of application that will benefit from having a high capacity. Video editing, only that? Graphics, only that? Very good. So shall I put down all three answers? Video editing slash graphics editing slash gaming. But by the way, guys, again and again, I'm telling you all, in your exams, how many answers? One answer, okay? Examiner will look only at the first answer. Second answer, third answer, he'll ignore. Okay? Let's keep moving, guys. Right. Question 43. Everybody, boys, a small company based on a single site needs to update its current ICT provision. The ICT equipment, they want to update it. The company has employed a consultant to help plan the project, decide on the most appropriate system to buy, and to implement a new system. Boys, the consultant uses software to plan and track the steps necessary to complete the project on time. Identify the most appropriate type of software to use. Project management software. You can clearly see they're starting a project here. The best software for managing a project is project management software. Project management software. So we spent some time, we spoke about it last week. Give two pieces of information that you would show in your plan. Timetable, we had a better word, no? We didn't say timetable, we said time. Schedule, okay, schedule is also correct. A better word would be time line. Timeline means what? On a daily basis, what's going to happen? What are the activities we are going to do? We are going to start on this date, we are going to end on this date. Each day, what are we going to do? We call that your timeline. Timeline. Something else? Resources, required resources. Required resources. Then, would you also mention your budget here? You would also mention your budget here, right? Budget. Yeah. Only two, but come on. We are practicing now. Now give me one more. List of activities to be done or list of tasks to be done. In order to complete this project, what are the tasks that need to be done? Okay. One factor that should be compatibility. Before installing a software update, you should check whether it's compatible with your operating system, with your hardware. So here your answer would be C, compatibility. Boys, girls, are we all working? Boys, come on. Question 47. Everybody, question 47. Everybody, the learner uses office productivity tools. Guys, I never taught you all this word office productivity. Give two examples of tasks that could be completed using office productivity. Office productivity is a software package that officers would use. The best example I can give you is a Microsoft Office package. All of you, I told you all to install the Office package. No, that's the best example I can give in terms of office productivity. So tell me some of the tasks you can do in it. Make documents. Okay. So shall I say creating of documents? You can use Office productivity tools such as Microsoft Word to create a document. Creating of documents such as a letter. Give me something else. Creating of presentations. Louder. Carrying out complex calculations. Then creating reports. Creating reports using database software. Mail merge. Okay. You can talk about these tasks. Oh. Okay. So I'm going to take attendance now.